First, solo traveler strength. Permit me to ask a sharp question that hurts, but ultimately, pay attention. Before someone saves you, how long must you suffer? Come on, my reader. That Prince Charming you imagined never existed. Expect him at your door. He may not be seeking anything, but rather collecting, to give you zero. I'll reveal the industry's dirty secret at the end of the video. He wants you to know nothing about romantic love, something that can change your life in 30 days. However, I must make an attempt for me or yourself. Select subscribe from menu. Today's theme is more like an emotional survival handbook than a fairy tale. So pay attention. Smart women tired of nonsense. You may also know sisters, friends, or share this video with your cousin if she needs it. Trust me, you'll understand. Over the following few hours, I'll thank you. We can get down to business. This is Walter. Riso has worked on this for over 40 years as a clinical psychologist. People's minds. Let me assure you I've seen everything. There are many stories about lovely, clever females left hanging. I'm always hoping for my husband's metamorphosis, my children's admiration, and a better existence. Be patient. Meanwhile, their lives slip them by like water between their fingers. Index finger. Today we're discussing a personal topic that, to be honest, I hate when no one helps and the following steps are unclear. Supporting you. When I say nobody, I mean it. No spouse or children. No family or friends to lean on. Only you. Personal reflection. I have crucial news I picked up a long time ago. During my career, physical solitude isn't the worst loneliness. This is personal. Even in a crowded place, you may feel isolated. Contentment doesn't require company. Your approach matters. Take care of yourself. Please leave a remark before I continue. Daring, independent. Have you felt isolated even in company? Please answer yes or no. If we're on the same page and you like this topic, consider sharing this video. This matters to millions of women. They don't know how to start looking for solutions. Listen, I'll surprise you. I'll be honest from the start, because it's my style and I value your intelligence. To conceal the truth, culture duped you. They implied that relationships were essential to self-worth. It was said that single women are incomplete. You were told all options are exhausted at a certain age. They believed romanticized garbage that simply boosts movie ticket sales. Books, but in person, it's worthless than any promise. Elected official. The fact that you believed it is worse. Your intelligence is not to blame. Children learn computer operation because it's in their DNA. Children's stories and daytime dramas share the topic. Essential that you gain fame and fortune. Not true, I assure you. A church-sized fraud. Also, today, we shall dispel that lie and reveal the naked, brilliant truth. It lasted throughout. First, we must face the disturbing truth. No one will help you. Really nobody. Those that say they were likely lying to you or themselves. Because everyone on earth has their own hell to escape. Personal scars, fears. Expecting someone to erase that. Asking people to save you is unrealistic and generous. In a hurricane, who would look for someone? We found your umbrella. If it doesn't happen, okay, avoid being rescued by others by learning to swim. Significant variance. Being an employee allowed me to work with. Women visiting my office told the same story. Why? I gave my everything. I did my best. Thus, I thought we would listen carefully. Empathy is necessary because pain is real and deserves attention. Finally, I'd say, okay, we've cried enough. There was a lot to sigh over. Now tell me, will you change? Followed by an awkward pause. Without asking the right question, remains in the dark. Not why this happened to me. What will I do now that I know this? I have crucial news. Privacy is vital, yet I rarely address it. The moment I arrived, I went to Colombia alone from Italy as a child. Yeah, I met my relatives, yet they were confused and adapting. We lacked resources and contacts. Nobody helped us. Our parents worked hard, and my mom did miracles with the 4 pesos we got. With food, I'm an Italian child trying to fit in abroad. socially awkward and accented. Is it simple? No. Someone saved us. We didn't have to figure it out. What did I learn from that? Resilience isn't inherited. This talent develops without a challenge. Other options exist. Like a muscle, strength comes from using it, while atrophies come from not. Hard work builds strength. Respected reader, you have that strength. Maybe you forgot about it because you haven't used it in a while. At this point, as a psychologist, this intrigues me and is vital to understanding our incapacity to be, by itself. Oh, the famous attachment. Everyone knows the term, but most people don't understand attachment. An innate desire, a birthright relationship. When weak, you will die without care. Your brain matures this way. Why do we need others for emotional support? An alarm that plays if you feel abandoned or distance from loved ones. The systems save you as a newborn. Most neglected to turn it off, which is a primary concern. Like a constant car alarm, it never stops. They're always on edge afterward. Faced with solitude, that solitude isn't objective. Be dangerous merely because of their brilliance. It thinks so. Be careful. This is vital. Your mind cannot. He distinguishes real and imagined threats. His perspective is that any danger is a potential risk. A serious anxiety illness associated to being alone might affect your body. You react as if your life is in danger. The heart rate rises when cortisol levels rise. Survival mode kicks in, heart pumping, muscles stiff. Your trademark is bad decisions. You associate with the wrong crowd and tolerate bad behavior. You beg for love without it, because your mind is. Death is an option. Fortunately, the news. Something could change your life. That system is recodable. Neuroplasticity describes it. Consider your brain modeling clay, not carved stone. Grow, adapt, learn. If you overcome your fear, you can learn to live without it. Curious about the process? Hold tight because soon I'll provide you exercises you can use right now. However, before that, something else matters to me that you understand. Really alone is different than being alone, but also to feel alone. Loneliness is real, but experiencing it is subjective. Furthermore, readers' opinions can change. Saturday nights may be my alone time. Reading, listening to music, or cooking would be great ways to unwind. An audience of 100 people and still feel isolated owing to. It seems no one understands me. Not lonely when others aren't around. Lack of connection causes loneliness. Meaningful. Additionally, your first crucial partnership should be by yourself. I understand your sentiments now. That thing about Walter? I want to connect with myself, but don't know how. Rest assured, we'll proceed. Starting with, you should recognize you've probably had. Cut off from yourself. How do I tell? Simply because you couldn't. You would be looking outside for an internal source. One might avoid their own thoughts and sensations. Many women learn survival skills. Disconnection reduces pain. Pay attention to others. Needs, issues, goals. Mastery in. You're blissfully ignorant of your own feelings despite your ability to read others. Asking, how are you? Your answer is always flawless. So you don't check. This is almost like coasting through life. It works, but you're not living the dream. After that, no more napping. Get some paper and pencils for my first important activity. A pencil is recommended for this 3-minute task, as opposed to appearances. Powerful. 3 times a day, you'll halt to go to. Assess your mood. Avoiding questions or responding, I'm not sure, is likewise bad. Connect with your body by asking questions and finding answers. Tense shoulders and stress in, knot in throat, butterflies in tummy and chest. Your body is always changing. You spoke earlier. Your problem is inattention. Start by recognizing the physiological feeling. Set it next. Define the emotion. Depression, anxiety, rage, and annoyance. And last, and most critically, confirm that feeling. It's okay to feel this way. It's normal for humans. Correct her. Recognize her without changing her. You're connecting with yourself. If you maintain this routine for 30 days, I guarantee a change in 3 days. Reason being, not a specialist, but basic neurobiology, similar to a brain region association. Mental exercises like this aid. Consider your inner experiences. This is a recurrent topic in my work. Yes, it's frustrating. Thinking you need company. Having fun. I'm not anti-couples. But seriously, a healthy connection has many benefits. Consider my statement on a partnership. Healthful. Health is a first step to a healthy relationship. Individual culminating. Getting involved with someone from the lacking, I need you to be happy. Your product is an A. Dependency is a connection. Addictions are dependencies, not affections. And any vice, they destroy. This may surprise you. Following subjects. To clarify, longitudinal study shows that single women report women in unhappy relationships are happier and healthier. We must understand that. Is solitude better than bad company? Not hard to see, right? Why do many women do poisonous relationships persist? Due to timidity. I hate being alone. Worry about. What will they say? Aloneness anxiety. Panic. Readers. Fear is your worst counselor. Wait a minute. Let me explain fear from my cognitive behavioral perspective. Fear shouldn't. Fear is normal and important, yet therein lies the issue. A problem develops when fear paralyzes you or you make unhealthy choices. Such behavior is avoidance. If possible, you stay with others. To the wrong person. Avoiding the breakup's pain leaves you in a terrible relationship for years. Stay away from everything. And your fear will grow with each avoidance. You're feeding a monster. Without fail, it grows when fed. The intriguing part is here. If you can face your fears, the anxiety goes away. Exposure is our best strategy. Psychology to reduce phobias and anxiety. Thus, how should we use your worried about being alone? Deal with it. You won't be asked to leave suddenly. Tomorrow, everything will be done slowly. Start with small things. Self-imposed solitude. You stay home on Saturday nights and do what you like. The transformational power of conscious solitude. Leave the house or focus on your phone. You enjoy breakfast alone at a nice cafe on Sunday morning. Have a book or prefer to watch. You ever go to the movies alone? Solo travel? On a day trip to a nearby region, and your brain records each time, hey, I was alone and nothing bad happened. In fact, it was even nice. Irrational dread fades. It won't disappear overnight. Another try, but this time easier. Instead of seeing it as a death sentence, you start to view it honestly, apolitical, and even fun when you enjoy it. However, I want to convey something painful. Age must be mentioned. A lot of you here are in your 40s or 50s. Years, however, most are within that range. Additionally, I know society has also taught them that their worth decreases with age. They're old, their options are gone in the market for. Her love is like a fruit market. She no longer wants them. Get away from me. That is absolute nonsense. Patriarchal slop produced. Therefore, you remain afraid, hesitant, and powerless. Because a confident woman knows her worth. A lady who doesn't require others' praise threatens another. A system that profits off fear. The truth, established and quantified, is that most women are clearest in their 40s, 50s, and 60s. Mental health, emotional stability, and self-awareness. Your time for stupidity is limited. You know your preferences. You were more tolerant in your 20s and 30s. You were. Therefore, you consume crumbs. It's evolution, not flaw. It's smart. Wisdom is much more alluring than naive youth. We're sick as society if we value looks over content. It's not all. You don't have to accept it. It's their illness, culture-affecting disease. Importantly, you don't need everyone's approval. Please just, once you like yourself, find people who share your ideals. Appreciate your true self. Those people exist. Of course, you won't find them when you're desperate, but they exist. People can smell desperation even if they can't identify it. Something sticks and repels me, but I can't pinpoint it. In comparison, attracting a confident woman requires no emotional help. She is happy and doesn't need companionship, but may want it. Woman in question. It appeals because it gives, not begs. One more thing. Begging versus offering are different. Pause to consider something we've discussed. When you arrive, well done thus far. Your acts reveal your character. People describe you as a woman who prefers facts to fiction for answers. Also what you need to advance. Okay, before, I need you to act. Share this video with a friend. You know she needs it. You get my point. That friend who complains about loneliness yet does little to help. Situation. That friend who keeps expecting her ex. Please send this video to someone who is wasting her prime years with someone who doesn't value her. It may be this. The motivation she needs to change. Should we? Anything useful, especially since theories are nice, but useless without implementation. Grounding yourself is useless. I like to discuss life plans. Is it not stuffy? However, that is unnecessary. Basically, a life plan is directions. You seem eager to proceed. If you're lost, any path will do. You may be confused. For most people, many of the women who seek my advice have no strategy. They seem to always respond to others and situations. And that's survival, not living. Life is different. To live is have. Direction, aim, purpose. Get some writing tools. Some tech-savvy people may open a document on their computer. How about some exercise? Initial inquiry. Ideally, you could imagine your ideal life in 5 years for fun. Avoid restricting me. Excuse me, but I cannot, since we are discussing possibilities, not impossibilities. Describe yourself. Where you live, your home layout, your job, and a typical day. How are you psychologically and physically? Your favorite outing companions? Tell me about your finances and accomplishments. Write down all the information, because writing stimulates brain regions not used when thinking. You materialize an aspiration from intangible to tangible. Particular goal. In the second part of the workout, everything, choose 3 topics from your writing. The top 3 may refer to 3 features of your lifetime or 3 specific goals. Anything you want, but no more. Only 3? Because multitasking produces mental turmoil and inaction. Because humans can't focus on 21 things at once. Priorities are needed. Just pick 3, and I'll stop explaining how to describe their activities. Feeling happy. That's abstract. Skipping Tuesday painting class is because making art makes me happy. Do you know the difference between broad and specific goals? Then comes focused activity. These actions are targeted. They work. Most people fail here, thus you must execute such plans. They can't drift. They need a goal. Next Tuesday at 6 p.m., I'll sign up. Whether it rains or shines, you'll attend a painting class on Tuesday at 6. Lightning, which defines goal setters and failures. More important than talent or luck is discipline or keeping promises. No matter how you felt, you would keep your word. Here's the crucial bit. You must realize that motivation is fleeting. Life is like the ocean. Some days you're eager to conquer the world, and other days you prefer stay in bed. Leave bed. Allowing yourself to be provoked will waste half your life. Commitment, a vow to yourself, is more important than motivation. You keep your word even when you're not feeling good, because each completion, making even a small vow to yourself, builds confidence and shows determination. Your brain tells you you're reliable and will do what you say. I promise it will transform your life. Self-confidence is built on it. It's built by steady deeds. Okay, let's talk. Many of you are suffering from immense guilt. You should act, be, and feel differently. Some are guilty, the worst unrestrained emotions. Guilt is designed to manifest and adapt. You must turn around when you deviate from your ideals. This moral compass troubles many women. Unreasonable guilt was implanted. Just thinking about yourself makes you feel horrible. You experience embarrassment when you limit or deny invitations. Your inability to be available 24/7 makes you miserable. And that guilt, friend, reader, This has nothing to do with your values. This guilt can be imprinted or manipulated. This is best exemplified by caring for your elderly mother. A good daughter wants to help her mom, but she also needs a break for your physical and mental health. You work with someone who, feeling bad about helping her for a few hours or taking her to a day center, feeling you betrayed yourself by disregarding your health, overcoming the lone illusion. Exhaustion makes you ineffective to yourself and others because you give from an empty well. Self-care isn't selfish. It's survival and wisdom. Nobody else will, not even your mother. Feeling maturity or something else. Your relationship has been failing for a long time, and you've tried couples therapy, talking things out, making changes, etc. Nothing was promised, and the relationship ended. You know the best is, you're afraid of hurting him if I end it. What if he needs help? If I change my mind and you stay, it will be because you feel guilty, not love. That's compassion disguised as cowardice, not bravery. Doing more harm than good. You waste your years, and that person can't do their own thing. Everyone loses in this situation. Thus, we need to rethink guilt. Destroying your values can induce guilt, which can be beneficial or harmful. When you take care of yourself, it goes against what others expect. So you need to separate their expectation from yours. Consider whether you made a mistake or were just, whenever guilty. If others didn't enjoy it, don't feel guilty. Guilt is others' views. Your program that taught you to put others first is over. Now is the time. Consider how many big decisions you've made. Consider all the times you've sacrificed happiness to avoid guilt. If there are multiple answers, don't worry me. Answer yourself. You now understand your predicament. This is not fate or bad luck. Instead of a cosmic conspiracy, horrible things are happening to you because you made choices while you were fearful. Instead of loving and being honest, you feel guilty. The good news is that your decisions got you here. Your choices may alter your path. You can. Optionally, we can discuss my strong opinion on financial freedom is essential for success. You can be emotionally stable but not free without self-support. Please don't be afraid. It's limited. Money can't buy happiness, but it can purchase a lot of problems when you're poor. Finally, dependence on the economy is risky. I've seen smart women, competent, stuck in bad relationships due to lack of options. I regret their independence since I feel they can achieve great things if given the chance and will. Even if you ventured out, economic dread is holding you back. Scenario where you risk falling into it. Pay great attention. You must. Financial freedom should have begun yesterday. How to do this varies per person. If your job merely pays the bills, or will do, to increase your finances, you may request a wage raise if you deserve it. You did not receive it, but you may obtain it if you move jobs for greater money. Gaining new skills to boost your employability. You can start a side business in your free time. I'm not advocating you should. It's hard, but necessary if you've spent years caring for your family and don't have a job. It's daunting, and you don't know where to start, but I've met women who have done it. Even in their 50s, they started again and built successful businesses. After graduating, several women returned to work. Still alive, there's time, and it's easy if you try. Do your part. Start by assessing your finances. How much do you spend monthly? How much do your savings and debts affect your dignity? Straightforward math without deception. Next, identify your strengths and your resources include your talents, knowledge, and abilities, as well as anything you can sell, such cooking, sewing, arrange, clean, care for, teach, draw, create, persuade. We all have something valuable to offer, but we may not realize it. We don't value our ability. But you then create a plan based on the assumption that what you find common may be beneficial to others. In 3 months, I'll have enough clients to. In 6 months, I'll finish my baking work and earn a certain amount. You will implement my approach when I take an online course and look for related work. Self-control, no bullshit, no drama. Just do it. I've learned. Oh, Walter, I'm 55. Some may dispute that. Can somebody help me? Women confront greater sexism and ageism than males in hiring. I agree. However, some companies and people value experience. You can also create your own accountability and growth. opportunities rather than waiting for them. Entrepreneurship and the internet don't care about age if you're skilled and have something to give. People will buy it if you tell them, but you must overcome your fear. Failure, since it's often not talent that holds you back. Did you hear? I think you'll fail. That your first attempt will fail, and that mistakes will happen. It's okay to fail and feel silly. Any good business owner knows that success requires. Their failures are numerous, but they left. Through learning and adaptation, peacemaking with them is a first step toward progress. I tried this, but it failed. Everything went well. What do I learn? If I could go back in time, what would I change? You proceed. Doing nothing is another option. Staying there because you're frightened to try means giving up before you consider failing. Stand up. You accomplished so much. Don't give up. Let me ask you a question. What's the worst that may happen if you try something new and it fails? Oh my gosh. Consider, is your life ending? Is the world ending? Do you not want to learn? Is anything practical? You'll be bold. Thus, the threat is much lower than your concern suggests, and regaining power and independence has huge promise. More senior. Now, I want to talk about what many of you are going through, that feeling that as time passes, social isolation. Nobody notices you anymore. Even waiters avoid eye contact. Everyone treats you like an item, and it's painful because when you used to be valued by how you appeared and how good you were, you feel coveted by men. No longer valuable. It was never your true worth. You were valued by a patriarchal, superficial culture. That has nothing to do with your value. Only you know. Genius in your knowledge, life lessons, and ability to loving, resilient, creative, compassionate, possessing, power, and being yourself. None of those factors diminishes as they multiply as we age. So if you feel ignored, value of emotional autonomy. How inconspicuous are you to shallow people who value? Tiny frames. Hide from them. You're okay without them. You're missing out on an intriguing, wise, and character-filled woman. There's another reason. Utilizing your invisibility can be liberating. Forget your insecurity and be yourself. Stop trying to impress others. Express your ideas, were what makes you happy and occupied. Without regret, the dreadful ideas of being invisible can. Rewrite the story to become your superhero. For nobody cares about me anymore. Finally, you could think, I could be myself here without other scrutiny. Do you see the difference? Same reading. Absolutely different. I warned you that interpretation is vital. In your world, it is not. You give your experiences significance based on your interpretation. Change your self-talk to improve your mood. Nothing you say challenges the truth. You're emphasizing different aspects of that truth. Instead of focusing on your age, celebrate your wisdom. Appreciate the courage it took to move on from unsuccessful relationships. Complete them. Jump for freedom instead of fearing solitude. It includes evidence, personal opinion, feeling, and lastly, something to do. Change the reading to change the emotion. It's simple to change your life by changing your moods and activities. Discussion about relationships is ideal now, but from considering our prior discussions about independence and being, none to rely on, knowing everything true and essential. Another human trait is the need for company. Our survival requires a mutually supportive bond, not dependency. Mutual reliance is very different from dependency. In a dependent relationship, the speaker says, I need you to survive. Even though interdependence enriches my life, I can survive alone. What's the difference? Scarcity and abundance. After building yourself, what if you still want a relationship? The ideal companion. Yet approaching the relationship from a completely fresh aspect. From now on, you won't have to worry about finding that. You will no longer feel incomplete or need rescuing once you have them. I prefer suffering than being alone. You should seek a friend. Someone who enriches your life, not complicates it. Someone to grow with, not nurture. That type of relationship must be identified before you can find it. I want what you need, not what you expect. Do what makes you happy, what your mom wants, regardless of what others say. To be happy, You must know yourself and finish the challenging queries. For what element of my life do I refuse to compromise? What kind of conduct will I not stand for? What kind of lifestyle do I want? How will my partner contribute? What would I die for? What exactly am I trying to get? The next stage, after providing true solutions to those questions, is to go looking, or more properly, to. You won't normally find the greatest connections when you're in a condition of desperate seeking. So make yourself available. They meet when you're living life fully and find a compatible mate. You should not try to change this person, especially not someone who deals with. You must give up everything for someone you can be yourself with. You are sufficient without manipulation, games, or drama. A willing, mature pair, but be careful. I promise it's okay if you can't find that special someone. Well done. When you can avoid conflict, being alone and resting is ideal. If you're emotionally unstable when sharing a bed, do it in your own bed. When assessing a company's performance, emotional connection and trust are more significant than geography. Some people are present in body but miles distant in spirit. Long way. Stop seeing your single status as a failure and see it as temporary. A life period, any number of. This phase may last months, years, or lifetimes. Each phase demands its own. Find beauty. Being unattached gives you greater freedom. Free development is possible with deep self-knowledge. Relationship commitments might help you live your dream life without compromising your values. I promise every option is a blessing. That would make many spouses green with jealousy if they were honest. I worry that many women hurry into new relationships before recovering from past ones. Like a Band-Aid on a sore region, it may have improved superficially but still decays within. After a while, unresolved feelings hurts and lessons explode. They enter your new relationship, and you slip into old routines with new people. Though the appearance has altered, the dynamic has not. Why is this happening to me alone? Because you didn't pause the film to think about its plot. After a breakup, divorce, or other dispute, you kept the screenplay but changed the actor. A tragic conclusion? Give yourself time, not some random point in the future. Before you go elsewhere, introspection to understand and identify what happened. Failures are your fault, as there's always some collective culpability. Maybe not 50, 45, but something is there. The goal is information, not blame. If you don't know your role, you'll repeat an action. Which warning signs did you ignore? What undesirable actions did I allow? Sat quietly? Did I not communicate my needs? At what stage? For what reason did my fears imprison me there? Did I change to be accepted? Did the relationship last too long? These questions hurt because you have to look in the mirror and realize you failed. Please understand that I am not criticizing your abuser. You were helpless. If so, he should be held liable for abuse. Each abuser, yet you may question, why not? Have I left? How did I think so? Did you treat them fairly? These answers are invaluable and can help you decide. How about we explore what to repair and strengthen during treatment? Treatment as the subject surfaced. Cultural resistance is common, especially in Latin America. Seeing a psychologist means admitting mental illness. The outcome was a loss. Rephrasing. Things don't add up. I need professional help to understand and change its consequences on my life, like working out to gain muscle. I mean to strengthen feelings and thoughts, not the body. I may be biased because it's my profession, but I've seen impressive career improvements. Women who arrived distraught, unhappy, persuaded that their lives had ended, and months later, they looked nothing like previously, not owing to my sorcery. However, they worked, so I only showed them tools and accompanied them. This treatment was difficult and required patient engagement. Healing is like getting a tooth extracted. You came here to learn and experience. Think and act. The results are worth it. Give them your all, and they change your life. If you're reading this, be proactive and seek help if you need it. You don't have to wait till things become worse. Find a certified CBT therapist. My approach to these issues and what I think will work. Try your hardest. Results won't come quickly. Consistency, practice, and patience yield better results. When your attitude changes, Reframe your life. Many people, menopause is normal because there are numerous emotional difficulties. As previously mentioned, many of you are experiencing mood-altering hormone fluctuations. Everything about you, libido, vitality, sleep, and spirits, is important. Menopause is just one, like it were a minor issue. These physical changes affect your life. Start with validation. If you're feeling change, irritability, emotional fluctuations, weariness, and lack of motivation are real. Boost your confidence without external affirmation, red heart. Because your body is changing, take extra care of it. Also, see a doctor for medical advice. If hormone therapy is holistically right for you, talk to your physician. Start with exercise, proper food, and nutritional supplements if needed. Psychological, understanding that this time is temporary and lovely. Once the initial obstacles are overcome, let me explain. Besides menopause, it's not true that elderly women are stigmatized for losing their femininity. The patriarchal system. Menopause is your body's natural transition out of reproductive phase. It doesn't affect, even though you're less ladylike. It's just a new stage. There are positives. Periods and period anxiety are over. Many freedoms, including undesired pregnancies, are not worth celebrating. Since our society values young, procreating women, it is incorrect to force you to follow that culture's values. Success requires more than just standing alone. Isolation doesn't mean you can't ask for help. An unshakable superheroine shows you're not emotionally dependent on others for survival, but you can and should build support networks. Solid relationships, a strong family, if extant, community belonging, women's organizations where you're understood and valued. Humans are social organisms, thus complete seclusion is not good for everyone, but aim for high-quality relationships rather than quantity. 2 or 3 loyal pals are worth more than 20 insincere acquaintances. Being supportive, respectful, and present for each other defines true friendships. In mutual partnerships, no party gives without receiving. In these relationships, you must perform. Self-authentic relationships make you feel safe enough to, when you can laugh and cry freely, you feel safe being vulnerable. Difficulty is high, but you can always meet new pals. Making new friends gets harder beyond a certain age. Most people have before. Several well-established circles make it possible, but you must actively seek out places to talk to strangers, your subjects, clubs, activities, and obligations. You decide whether to meet for coffee after class and make the arrangements. Who works hardest since waiting for others takes time? Most people. She will be too busy to notice you need her unless you ask her to be your friend. Leading is risky because someone may decline. It may work or not, and they may not be fascinating. They may be like you, struggling to start a conversation. You can regain a close friendship if you try, so leave your comfort zone. Help, encourage, summon, advise, and model the friend you want. If you persist, you will find your tribe, people you click with. Also, take time to enjoy yourself. Someone else can't make you feel comfortable if you can't. Number of friends will fill that hole. Most important bond. Only your relationship with yourself is certain in this life. Those who follow can conclude. Though people come and go, you can always count on yourself. What are some methods to make your company fun? Self-care, positive self-talk. Individual with self-respect. How would you talk to someone who? Tolerance, kindness, and understanding are likely methods to love. Consider how you talk to yourself. Probably harshly, critically, and judgmentally. That's ludicrous. Nothing you do is good enough. You look awful for your age and nobody loves you. Would you say that to a loved one? No. So why? Are you having these thoughts alone? We must eliminate inner harshness and replace it with self-kindness. When you hear yourself being harsh, put yourself in someone else's shoes. Imagine my best friend in a similar scenario. You might want to reconsider your position. Just because you trusted him doesn't imply he's insane. Your generosity was betrayed, not your fault. Faith. Can you see the difference? Different views on the same event. One destroys, the other protects. Tragic depression. Saying, poor me, and leaving it at that is not self-indulgence. giving you the same sympathy you would a fellow victim. Everyone makes mistakes. Suffering is human. Everyone tries, but nobody is flawless. Knowing our resources makes it easier to stand up and, without self-flagellation, you should keep going. Let's discuss goals. Work on projects because an objective, mission, or target to look forward to daily. Something you enjoy that gives your days meaning. When there is nothing positive to look forward to, melancholy is possible. Everyone needs a goal and to experience progress. Somewhere undetermined. It need not be huge. No need to publish the next great masterpiece or cure cancer. Something modest but substantial will do. Who are you? Studying, gardening, learning a language, workshop, side business, community service, adopt a pet, take a dream vacation, do everything that energizes you, signifies development, and you, breaking down that enormous goal into smaller goals, helps you learn and add value. If you can only see the end objective in the distance, take modest, manageable steps. Although you feel helpless and overwhelmed, breaking it down into smaller goals you can attain today can help. If improving your English is your main goal, the first week, next month, next week, and next week should be manageable. Taking a lesson or downloading an app is more crucial than excellent English. Daily for a specific length of time, you'll finish the first lesson step by step, never stopping at the first step, and recognizing even the tiniest victories will get you there. Celebrate your progress now, not after you complete. Despite my lack of drive, I study for 15 minutes today. We should celebrate. I went to the gym 3 times this week as planned. Celebrate yourself. Don't buy a car for every minor accomplishment, but celebrate them. Recalling your triumphs helps you retain your performance. That works because operant conditioning emphasizes a behavior increase when a favorable consequence occurs. Use that to your advantage. I'd like to talk immediately. I am forgiven. Showing charity to those who release self-forgiveness. That's crucial, but I'm not discussing it. Many of you feel shame and remorse over past decisions. I regret not ending that relationship sooner, spending that money properly, getting that degree, and being more responsible. The best mother, and answering yes gets you stuck. History, unresponsive to the present. Everyone chooses. Regaining self-awareness, which, looking back, were all mistakes because we seized. Choices based on knowledge, experience, and resources. At that moment, reflecting on your actions with your newfound knowledge and experience is important. Not fair. It's like chastising yourself in elementary school for not solving tasks. At 5 years old, I was oblivious of quadratic equations. 10 or 20 years ago, I was unaware. He made do with what he had. Yes, I made that decision. To forgive yourself. I learned from the poor quality and its consequences. So I'm moving on. Sprinting with a hefty backpack will fail. Pebble-filled, remove as they're useless. Their actions harm you. Not that you're evading accountability or rejecting truth. Your mistakes, background information, and outside influences. Grace is in that too. Be gentle to yourself. Trust in your potential, and give yourself another chance. Chance, because who else will you let in? I enjoy this activity. Regarding patients who struggle with self-forgiveness, please, write to your younger self through a memory hole. That is mistake will not be forgiven, along with a letter detailing everything. Her behaviors are comprehensible, and they assure her they understand, aren't judging, and value her. After failing, she hoped they would forgive her. They read the letter aloud, like talking about their past. First time, crying usually causes children to cry a lot. Like a weight has been lifted, self-compassion is liberating. If you need to exercise, do it. Write it down. Want to incorporate it into your release ritual or save it for reflection? You can blame again if you like. Let's talk about something else. Interesting, and it's linked to success. Carol Dweck proposes developmental versus static viewpoints. A Stanford psychologist changed my life. A fixed attitude is based on self-confidence. You can't modify your IQ or worth. These things are present or absent. It's how you were born. When you find anything inadequate, you conclude, I'm not cut out for this, and leave. Conversely, Growth is believing you can improve via. People learn what to do through work, strategy, and determination. You can discern a fixed mindset from expandable knowledge. Failure defines me. Mindset. It failed. What can I learn from this? You can't progress because one of them paralyzes you, but you can improve. It's a habit to stay ahead. Learnable worldview. First, recognize your internal monologue. When you're unhappy, you'll tell them. As soon as you say, I can't, I'm no good, or I'll never be able to, you fall into self-deception. Change your language and ideas. I still can't. I have a lot to learn and have failed, but I am motivated to achieve. I'll progress. The key is still, which introduces the idea. This is a temporary circumstance, not a life sentence. It could praise the voyage rather than the destination if you tried. Fresh and imperfect, but you tried, so it's worth it. The fact that you can't foresee the outcome shows growth. Even while luck and external conditions matter, effort is crucial. You control it. Focus on your attitude. Avoid worrying about things you can't alter, and keep going when things get rough. The outcome, others' opinions in the outside world. Discussing your expected experience, which is normal. What's next? How will my life unfold? What happens then? The future is unpredictable. Therefore, your fear is justified. An explanation. No one knows the future, and that's possible. The consequence may be horrifying or liberating. Something terrible. The future is dangerous. Problems are likely. Something will go wrong, bringing isolation, poverty, illness, and desertion. Your mind will always be there. Instead of protecting you, it floods you with frightening possibilities. You believe what they say, can't sleep due to anxiety, and give up to focus on the now rather than the past or future. It's unlikely, but a liberated lens shows a bright future. Bad things, good things, unexpected things. Every decision you make today shapes it, so it's not fixed in stone. You want to learn more about it instead of being afraid. I'll try to think of something good, but I'm not sure. From there, you act, choose, and proceed toward what? You want to act on your worries, not avoid them. Take real hazard seriously. If you're 80 and sick, I understand that physical constraints may be involved, but nonetheless, you choose your lifestyle within those limits. Over those years, with grace, scorn, fury, or admiration for, to your remaining time, whether lazily or to fully enjoy each moment. No matter how small, there's always room for a decision. Seeing people in my field who, I understand they give up because it's pointless. The temptation to discard it after so much misery, disappointment, and bodily harm is tremendous. Please don't, because there will always be. Joy, connection, and beauty can be found in the present, and they may happen. Enjoy these wonderful moments. Staying here is worth it, despite the corniness. Although life is difficult, graceful moments include heartfelt laughter, a beautiful sunset, and honest conversation. Eating your favorite food, being loved by a partner. To achieve your goals, celebrate your success, or listen to inspiring music. Staying here will provide you those moments. Finally, when you're exhausted and feel like giving up, don't. You must relax or you cannot continue. Keep going, take breaks, and stand up as often as needed. After all, perseverance is getting up after each fall, not never falling. You stumble, but you've done this before. With each calamity, you overcame each adversity, heartache, and you finished it. Could you repeat it? I'll tell you something personal that happened years ago, where the globe collapsed simultaneously. Health, family, and work concerns. After another, like a domino effect. I remember a night in my room, in an apartment. I thought, I'm not sure I can manage this, and gave in. Since crying is power, I let myself cry. My question was simple. How can I improve now? Though not a cure-all, it has helped me feel better. Power to endure and renew. Not bad. A hot bath fixed it. It was that easy. After bathing, I went to bed. The next day, after getting up, I took one step, then another, and so on. I gently climbed out of that hole, without much daring or power, because I kept taking modest steps, which eventually accumulated to a lot. My recipe for daunting situations. They transport you to fascinating places. What can I do to relieve my tension right now? It may be drinking water, like taking 5 deep breaths, walking around the block, reading a positive book, listening to music, or calling a loved one, enjoying music, caring for a pet, learning a new skill, something to give you hope and shows you that you can still enjoy small yet lovely things. Holding on to those things helps you put yourself back together. We may talk about something I've already mentioned, but I want to highlight we mistakenly believe the mind and body are separate, but they are one whole system. Mental and physical states affect each other. Work out to maintain your mental and physical well-being. Getting moving is more important than being an Olympic athlete. Swim, do yoga, move about. Exercise improves physical and mental wellness. So do it. Scientific research confirms the best antidepressants. The brain releases endorphins, serotonin, and dopamine during exercise. Walks are relaxing and satisfying. I walked 30 minutes today. Minutes despite my lack of motivation. That's self-confidence, personal power. Move toward eating, even a little. A processed food diet affects mood. Lack of sugar and trans fat will batter your brain and body. Healthy eating, real food. Eat vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Be careful and passionate about cooking a home-cooked dinner. Self-care, I deserve good food and very nice. Sleep well. Good sleep is essential. A break lets your brain. Managing emotions, recalling memories, and healing. Sleep issues appear everywhere. Problems increase. You're always on edge, concerned, less relaxed. Manage pressure well. Rest. Develop routines that have them go to bed and wake up at regular times and avoid electronics before bed. If you have difficulty sleeping or are a night owl, make room dark and quiet. Continued, get treatment. Possible medical issue. Look at your body. Plus, I am not. Touch involves massages, embraces, and intercourse, not simply sexual relations. Massaging your arm, whatever. Touch releases oxytocin. This hormone regulates health and connectivity. Without a romantic embrace. Hug yourself and experience your heart's warmth. Relax and care for your body. Neurology explains this to be normal. Have your basic needs met without guilt. Eat and use the restroom when you want. Feeling hungry? Take a rest when you're tired. Women overlook these clear warning signs because they always care for others. Over time, it harms your health and distances you from yourself. Spend a little time with your body and listen to its needs. I want to normalize your anger, indignation, and wrath. Anger is normal, especially if you're recovering from abuse, betrayal, or exploitation. Anger can be helpful since it signals a wrong. I need to set limits to protect myself. Your actions are the problem, not rage. Not dealing with it transforms into poison and makes you sick. Uncontrolled use of mental health difficulties like depression, anxiety, and psychosomatic disorders can hurt others. It causes troubles, so handle it healthily. First, accept your anger. Then, find safe ways to express it. Work out hard, journal freely, hit a pillow, yelling at a closed car window. Whatever helps you unleash that. Vitality without harming oneself or others. Channel wrath as. Anger is a powerful emotion with destructive potential. Negatively, it's revenge and resentment. It's good. I'll use my wrath to move forward, to prove my worth and build a satisfying existence. I'll be too busy turning poison into medicine to think about who wounded me. It's possible, but it takes time. Many women have done it. When the time comes, forgive yourself, not the other person. Holding grudges is like ingesting poison and praying the other person dies. You'll only hurt yourself. No, forgiveness is what you did was wrong, but not what you did was okay. Letting that govern my life means letting go of that person. After that incident, choose tranquility over rationality. When you reach that point, which you will, this art will give you a sense of weightlessness like never before. I must attend to something important. Many women feel shame when they cut links with their families. Therefore, I want to talk about family relationships. Dangerous. Yet my mother and sister. Yes, family. If that family You have the right to feel pain, set limits, withdraw yourself from the offender, and protect yourself. Your family's constant criticism doesn't imply you have to put up with it. If he mistreats, manipulates, or undervalues you, if it hurts your feelings or makes you regret your choices, it's damaging. So you can minimize contact and avoid exposure as much as you like. Draw the line or stop interacting altogether. Standing up for what you believe in shows you are not a horrible person and will not tolerate abuse. First, try to communicate. You articulate yourself effectively, yet I feel uncomfortable doing X, so stop. With conviction. If the other person reciprocates, a connection is made, better for your health, but you must actively ignore it and continue. You instinctively withdraw from others when you realize you have no influence over them. Changing your situation typically requires leaving. If you love someone who has hurt you, forgiving them will hurt. The intense pain is from a wound slowly mending, not from. An infected wound causes persistent pain, yet it lessens and serenity and happiness return. You improve your life by eliminating that constant source of negativity and strain. This conversation includes a spiritual element you may not expect. I'm talking about your personality, not your religion, though that's fantastic if it serves you. Who wants more from life? A sense of belonging, a deeper connection to the natural world, others, or a greater power. Being God in any form. Art, service. Anything that gives you a sense of purpose beyond yourself. Because, well, people need purpose. Losing purpose and meaning may be painful. Last words of encouragement. Keep going strong. Depression hurts hardest when you feel like you're merely living. So what gives your life meaning? How can you feel linked to something greater? Room in your life for spirituality, whatever you call it. Some prioritize meditation, along with physical and mental health. Sit quietly, focus on present, and tap into your inner serenity. Some people use prayer to connect with God, seek His will, and discover solace in that bond. For another, wandering among the nature. I must postpone my plans to hike, feel the breeze, see the lake, and connect to the land. Write, dance, or cook. Just do something to release your spirit. Concrete way. Some will help, get involved, help others, improve the world. Find something. Anything will do. Listening and meeting your needs will ground and enlighten you. It doesn't minimize your problems, but it reminds you of bigger issues. With that elevated, broader view, daily challenges. Moving on to a more serious topic, routines and order, because a messy existence will cloud your thinking. Always on edge, you need structure and build stable routines, starting with your home. Material if your home is messy. If items are everywhere, set aside time to clean up to restore serenity if you don't find anything. Clean and tidy, not perfect or magazine-like. However, everything must be useful and in its place. That area boosts my mood. A well-organized space makes you feel in control and calm, whereas a messy one makes you anxious. Does your day have a routine, or is it more spontaneous? No reason other than individuals work better with a framework. No need be extremely thorough, but set rules. When are you available? Do you have a regimen for waking up, eating, and working? Your sleep and wake cycles determine your everyday routine. Always deciding what to do becomes easier. Repeat small actions to drink 1 glass of water daily. Wake up with water, stretch for 10 minutes, read for 15 minutes before bed. And starting small is preferable for any change. Choose 1 or 2 behaviors or 20. Multiple habits will overwhelm and unproductive. So focus on one for 30 days. Durations until it starts automatically, then add another. Financial position is crucial, yet I didn't mention that earlier. We have discussed economic liberty and earning money, but money management is just as vital, which you have. Most people, male and female, are bad. We must learn this on our own, since it was never taught. You must understand a budget, which is tedious yet vital. It's easy to lose track of revenue and expenses, so understanding where your money is going is vital. Accidents and small expenses stack up, and you don't know what happened by month's end. Sit down and review your last 3 months' spending. Organizes housing, groceries, transportation, and services, pleasure, etc., to save costs and utilize resources. First, save money. Second, cut unnecessary expenditure. Start saving, even if it's 50 pesos a month. Having even a small savings account gives financial security. Safeguarding an emergency savings can help you sleep because you want to be protected in case something happens. It takes 3 to 6 months to save, but it's possible. Start saving small and add to it over time. Paying off debt is also vital. Debts keep you constrained, anxious, and limited. Thus, if you are indebted, particularly to a credit card business, credit cards are expensive, so pay them off first. Make a plan. You decide how to pay them off, lower debt or higher interest. Once out of debt, you'll never fall for that trap again. Use credit wisely, not as a wage supplement.